Hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy CowboyJobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report, because without you guys, this would be nothing. And I can't thank you enough for all the love and all the support. Now, I go through, I read all the comments and things as much as I can when I have time, and it seems like the big theme here is a lot of people are ready to jump off a bridge because they're worried about this defense. They say, how can we make it? We lost Brandon Carr, we lost Morris Claiborne, we lost J.J. Wilcox, we lost Church, we lost Jack Crawford and Terrell McCain. So we have a lot of holes that we have to fill. And even on NFL Network, they had a discussion about this, about how the Dallas Cowboys defense is going to fare with all the upgrades in the NFC East. So let's go to that clip right now and listen to this.
For the Cowboys, Carr, Claiborne, Church, Wilcox, they did acquire Nolan Carroll via free agency. 3 out of those 4 guys, starters, and they're gone. That's
and Jack Crawford in Jacksonville too, right?
I believe so. Yeah. So this is a massive makeover in the secondary. How big of an impact do you think this is going to have on that defense?
It's a huge impact. They have players returning. They have Skandrick, who is going to be the anchor now of that defensive backfield. Anthony Brown, a young guy who's going to be able to fill in, play decently well last year. But for me, when I look at the guys that they lost, and then spinning this forward, because that's what it's all about, 2017, and who they're going to face, and teams that got better, the Giants wide receivers. You look at what they did and what they have now. Brandon Marshall, now standing at 6'4", 6'5". He's going to help them out in the red zone.
Shepard, the law firm.
I mean, right there. That's a big 3 that's going to come into the NFC East trying to make some things happen. And then you look at the other teams that got better. You look at Terrell Pryor, Washington Redskins. Look at Alshon Jeffries with the Eagles. I mean, if you're losing veteran cornerbacks, you better have these young guys ready. And if you're looking for a guy in the draft, and he's a young guy coming in as a rookie, and I'm a veteran group like the New York Giants, I'm trying to eat.
I'm not surprised they didn't sign one of these guys to let all of them just walk.
Yeah, especially Claiborne. I mean, Claiborne was a draft pick. I know he's banged up a little bit, but if you're a Cowboys fan, you're still reeling from that playoff loss. Why did you lose to the Green Bay Packers? Because you couldn't get home. You couldn't get a pass rush on Aaron Rodgers, and you couldn't cover. And you lost the game when you had the lead with 30 seconds. Here it is right here. But Aaron Rodgers with 30 seconds left, he goes, no problem. I got this. RELAX.
Right.
And this is what cost the Cowboys a chance to go to the Super Bowl. And yeah, they had to win one more game after that to get there, but the secondary is one part, but they've also got to fix the pass rush. I mean, you've got to find a way to get pressure on the quarterback. I don't care who's playing corner, who's playing safety. Help Rod Marinelli out. He's got to be over there wondering, when am I going to get some players that I can kind of just turn loose, and he likes to be aggressive. He needs some guys.
I guess the good thing is they do have a first-round pick. It's 28th overall, and This is a defensive back-heavy draft.
Yeah.
So perhaps they can find a corner there in the first round. And at this point,
Jalen Smith, possibly.
Okay. Let's listen to some of the stuff that we heard there. When we talk about the Giants getting Brandon Marshall, if they don't get some offensive linemen, Eli Manning is not going to be able to hit anybody. That was their problem this year. It wasn't a matter of they didn't have receivers. They had no time to get the ball out. So getting Brandon Marshall is only, is not helping anymore without that line. And the same thing with the Eagles. Big deal. So they got Jeffries. Okay. They still don't have an offensive line to block for Carson Wentz, who is a dink and dunk quarterback. And then when you talk about the Redskins, okay, they lost their 2 best wide receivers. They brought one in, so they still are not in any better shape. Now, when we start talking about the guys that we lost, because that's what we really need to focus on. Brandon Carr, Morris Claiborne, Barry Church, J.J. Wilcox. The way I look at it is, and as they pointed out, Aaron Rodgers had time and hit his man way downfield. I tell you what, I hate to do this to us, but I want to wake you guys up. Why don't you watch these clips right here? Because we're talking about the defense that let Aaron Rodgers go 21-3 early in the second quarter. They didn't look like they could bust a grape. They couldn't get them out on third down. Aaron Rodgers, for a couple of plays, didn't even buckle up his chin strap. There was a couple of plays where he had 7-8 seconds. So if you're telling me that we can't do better than that, and then we need to keep those guys, hey, we lost with them. We can lose without them. Let's go to that clip.
Big picture, Yeah, I know you see it.
I got to tell you, it's painful to watch that, to think, what if? When you see the missed tackles, you see a man so wide open, there's nobody even else in the frame. You see Morris Claiborne's with the hands to the face. You just see mistake after mistake after mistake. I'm okay with letting some guys go and bringing in some other people. Next man up. And we have some decent parts that were injured this year that hopefully will be better next year. And with us signing our offense pretty much intact, this defense, we're going to go heavy in the draft. And I still think we're not finished in free agency. It'll be later. We'll be looking for some value people. But I got to tell you, you don't do much worse than what we did in that Green Bay game. The fact that our offense came back to tie the score and we couldn't hold them for 39 seconds? Come on, guys. Come on now. Are you saying that those guys are so valuable they can't be replaced? Yeah, I'm willing. Morris Claiborne has had way too much time. He cost us too much in the draft, a first and a second. He's missed over 33 games in his career, and a lot of the ones he played in wasn't that good. Yeah, he showed flashes for 7 games, but guess what? It's a 16-game season. Brandon Carr has been steady. I would have liked to see him come back. I would have liked to see J.J. Wilcox, but the amount of money that those guys were asking wasn't realistic. So, don't jump off the bridge just yet. Let's wait and see what else happens this offseason. I'm Mark Holmes. This is CowboyJobu, and he's got his blue rum to drink. Have a great night. Stuff are ready to jump off of the bridge and things because you guys are worried about all the losses we've had on defense. So today I happened to see this clip from NFL Network, which is basically telling us that the Dallas Cowboys messed it. Really, dogs? Really? You hit the camera.